Conor McGregor slams Khabib and cheats on his wife. So earlier this morning, Conor McGregor went on a drunken rampage on Twitter, trashing Donald Trump, Khabib Nurmagomedov and Khabib's father, and this was just hours after he was spotted drunk at the Sturgis Biker Festival, dancing with some random woman. First we'll look at the video of Conor at Sturgis Festival dancing with this random woman, and then we'll look at the tweets and the comments he made about Donald Trump, Khabib and Khabib's father. Now this video is not a good look because Conor is visibly drunk and he's standing yet again next to some random woman, and this video has 758,000 views and 38,000 likes and a ton of comments, and we're going to come back to this video in a minute because it's very relevant. After Conor was getting drunk at the Sturgis Festival, he then went on a drunken rampage and made a series of tweets about Donald Trump, Khabib and Khabib's father. Now Conor's tweets came after this video was released about Donald Trump saying that Khabib Nurmagomedov is his favorite UFC fighter. Just to give some context, here is the actual video of Donald Trump saying that Khabib is his favorite UFC fighter.
I know you're a UFC fan, right?
Yeah.
Who are like your favorite fighters?
Well, I think Khabib, I mean, how good is Khabib? Do you know who Khabib is? Khabib was 29, I guess 29, 28 and 0, and then his father died and he stopped. But I think he never lost, I don't think he ever lost a round. Like, wow. He fought many times, he never lost like a round. And I thought he was a great, I got to meet him at a fight 2 fights ago, because I walk in with Dana. Sometimes I do this walk in. No, we get big applause. We walk in together.
It's crazy. You shut it down.
No, I met Khabib though, and he was very, you know, you're the man that can stop the war, because he's talking about the war with Ukraine, Russia.
Of course.
Because he knows they're his people. I mean, on both sides, right? There's so many people dying in that war, and the whole culture is being destroyed. You know, the cities are coming down. They're just pouring bombs in, and he really, it was amazing. We weren't talking about fighting. We were talking about a different kind of fighting, a much worse kind of fighting. And he was very concerned about that whole thing, that war. He said, you can get it stopped, and I can get it stopped. I will have that stopped before I assume. I will, if I win the election, the first thing I'm going to do is get Putin and get Zelensky, I know them both very well, and get them to make a deal, because it's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy.
It is.
So after this video was released, Conor McGregor reacted and criticized Donald Trump for saying that Khabib was his favorite fighter, and Conor also released a series of tweets blasting Donald Trump, Khabib and Khabib's father. So first off, Conor started by retweeting this video of Khabib speaking to Donald Trump at a UFC event, and it says Khabib was actually telling Trump to end the Israel-Hamas war. Looks like the old man is having issues with his memory. We deserve a more mentally stable president. Conor followed up saying campaign ending decision. A smelly fat mountain monkey from the inbred mountains of Dagestan is your favorite UFC American company fighter? Wow, abysmal. Conor then followed up saying I was actually wrong. Couple $100 million he is worth, not multi-B. I would have actually thought UFC only would be the mentality here, and what I would want to see out of my president personally. To pick a retired inbred fighter from Dagestan, Russia, who has 3 main events only to his name, is astounding. Overall, the American fighters that have backed him, it's a shocking decision. He was caught on the spot. That won't go unnoticed on the roster. The presidential race is very tight right now. More so now. Conor then followed up saying Trump's favorite fighter. Here he is in a tiny tub with his fellow inbred pals in Dagestan. Can you spot him? Where's Khabib? Find Khabib. Conor then followed up saying, hey guys, why couldn't Khabib's dad gain entry to America ever? What was the issue there? He was never allowed access, and now you hear all what is taking place currently. The terrorists from their gym gunned down while in the middle of inflicting a terror attack in their own country, with Khabib then subsequently fleeing the country after their gym and homes were raided and repossessed, leaving behind his wife, kids, family, mother in the process, the whole lot. It makes you wonder, before the death of Khabib's father via COVID, why was he always refused entry into the US? Conor then retweeted this tweet from Khabib back in 2021, which says, good always defeats evil. Very happy for Dustin Poirier. I hope you will get the belt end of the year. And back in 21, Conor responded saying COVID is good and father is evil. A fan then responded to Conor saying his dad literally opened the gym to save kids from becoming religious terrorists, you moron. Conor responded saying, I guess he didn't do a good job so. hence terrorists breeding from the gym itself and it being raided and closed down, as well as his refusal of entry into the UFC over the years on top of this. I just wonder why that was. Look, he is brown bread now, so it doesn't matter, RIP, but it's interesting all the same. Have a great day, sir. Another fan responded saying maybe put your ignorance aside and view it from a strategic standpoint. Khabib is royalty there and has the ability to negotiate on behalf of his country. He talked with Trump about hopefully working together to bring peace. Trump is working an angle, you goon. And Conor responded, LOL, he fled his country after terrorists from his gym committed an act of terror in their city. He was banned from leaving and he fled. If he goes back to Russia, he is locked up instantly. I'm currently in an auction to buy the house that was repossessed from him. It's going well. And then after this series of tweets, Michael Chandler responded to Conor McGregor's tweet. Michael Chandler reacted saying, the fuck is tweeting to Conor? He hire a campaign manager? It is an election year, I reckon. Chandler followed up saying, never mind guys, I think it's time I finally admit the fight is off. He's still in stage 2 of the 7 of grief pertaining to his career being over. Figured he'd be close to 5 by now. Godspeed. Conor responded back saying, okay little bro, swapped out handy. Max Holloway, what you at December? The real BMF, you know. Chandler finally responded with a laugh emoji and this picture of Conor McGregor at the Sturgis Festival. Now that was a lot of tweets and it is a lot to think about there, but just to sort of recap and give this some context, all of these tweets were made after Conor was spotted drunken here at the Sturgis Festival. Now I don't want to disrespect Conor here, but looking at this video, he kind of reminds me of Chuck Liddell, and let me explain why. Chuck Liddell was once a UFC champion and he was the biggest star in the UFC, but he's not anymore. Chuck Liddell is no longer a UFC champion, but still we often see him standing around at UFC events, you know, drinking and just hanging around random people, and this is what Conor McGregor reminds me of. He was a UFC champion, he was the biggest star in the UFC, but he's not a fighter anymore. He hasn't fought for several years, and to fill that void and just to try and be around people, he goes out to random nightclubs and random events just getting drunk, hanging around drunken people that he doesn't even know, just to try and feel that sense of camaraderie and fame. But if you look at these people in this video, they're just randomly looking at Conor McGregor. Like, some of them don't even know who he is, some of them don't even care. A few smirks, a few grins, then this random woman standing next to him just dancing. I think it's pretty sad, man. And that kind of plays into the tweets that he's been making about Khabib as well. I think Conor is still extremely bitter about Khabib Nurmagomedov, the way he was defeated in that fight, and the fact that he couldn't get one over Khabib still plays on his mind every single day. And the only way that he can get back at Khabib is just by posting nasty tweets about Khabib and Khabib's father and Khabib's family. And I think it's sad, man. I think Conor McGregor needs to get over it. He needs to get back in the gym. He needs to stop drinking. And, you know, Conor McGregor should not be at this event here getting drunk with random women. Conor McGregor should have his feet up in a 5-star hotel, eating healthy food, fruits and vitamins and protein and drinking water, protecting his mind, protecting his body, and getting himself ready to get back into the cage and destroy Michael Chandler or whoever he's going to fight. But that's not the case, man. He's just here drinking alcohol, hanging around random women, destroying his brain, destroying his body. And I think it's sad, man. And I think Conor McGregor is the new Chuck Liddell in the UFC, and that's the end of his UFC career. And with that, I'm going to end this video with this clip of Conor McGregor drunk at Sturgis Festival, hanging around this random woman.